Hi guys, as you can see I'm at home on lockdown at the moment. We all are, as you know, with this terrible virus that's going around. What I thought I'd do is I'd take the opportunity of perhaps running you through some of my gear, and I thought perhaps I'd start off with my vlogging rig, which I do get asked about on a sort of regular basis, what I use to do my vlogging with. Now I do actually have a couple of setups, but the one I use when I'm roving and for most of my fishing, I would say 90% of it now, is a setup I've got next to me here. Bring that into shot here, you'll be able to see it. Now it consists mainly, as you can see, of a DJI action camera. Got this, or maybe, I don't know, about a year ago, something like that. Fantastic bit of kit. The main bonus to this is the front screen, as you can see there, which is great. You can frame a shot, you can see what's going on, you see what you're doing. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful bit of kit. Absolutely love this. That's the DJI action camera. Now, the battery on that will only last maybe an hour, something like that. So what I do is, to get plenty of life out of it, and using this, I can get this action camera to run all day for me, absolutely all day, no problem at all, is I use a Fospower power pack here. It's 10,000 power pack. Bonus of this is as well, it's waterproof. You can see that there, which is why I hang it this way up. It's completely waterproof with the door shut, but obviously to use it you have to put the USB in under there, keep the door open. So I use it that way up just in case I get caught in a shower, because that's fully waterproof. And this, as I say, this plugged into the camera, that will run that camera literally all day. It will run it 8-10 hours, no problem at all. Now that was my setup until very recently. I used to use the internal microphones on the camera and did an okay job. Problem being that obviously wind noise, you have trouble with wind noise, so having to put foam shields around the camera, not ideal at all. And there'd been talk that DJI, talking of wind noise, there'd been talk that DJI were going to bring out this a microphone adapter, and they finally done so. Here it is, this little box here. Now what this does is enables you to plug a 3.5mm jack into the camera and also run power in at the same time, which is perfect, exactly what I want to do. The only problem being, a few months ago when they brought this out, the audio quality was absolutely terrible. To cut a long story short, they've recently brought out a firmware update and it now sounds fantastic. So I use this now, as I say, you can run power in and an audio signal in at the same time. Obviously cover out your microphone, get rid of all that horrible wind noise, and I've got a Rode video mic under there, under that dead cat, and this gives much better audio because it's directional as well. It picks most of the sound up from the front, so it cuts out a lot of the surrounding sound, which is absolutely perfect for a vlogging setup. So other parts of the rig to run you through are obviously this part here, which is the support for the microphone, keeps the mic out of the way. This is made by Ulanzi. I'll put all the details of all this stuff in the links below. But this is great, gets everything out of the way, doesn't suspend anything off the camera, which is why I really like this one. You don't have to bolt anything onto the camera, because if you've seen any of my videos as well, you'll notice that I do video in the dark, so clearly I need a light, and that is where this comes in handy. This is Chinese made underwater light again, so this is waterproof. So if I do get stuck in a shower, caught in a shower in the middle of nowhere when I'm on a roving session, this is waterproof. The camera is waterproof if I put the door back on, so I can take this off, put the door back on, camera's waterproof. Let's get that back into there. And obviously the power pack's waterproof, so we're all waterproof. I can just put the bits and pieces in my pocket. Obviously like the microphone, put that in my pocket. We can run off the internal mics, and I'm okay to film in the rain. So this fella, just as you can probably imagine, bolts onto the top of here. If I can put it on. There we go. I don't tend to put this on until I have to, because it's got a bit of weight to it, so it's nice to just carry this around in my bag. And there you go. There's my setup with light. I can show you that now. It's got 2 intensities, and it also flashes, which obviously is no use to me. But that is my setup for in the dark. Now, I could use this setup on a bank stick, but what I like to do is I like to use a tripod. Then if you know you're on hard ground or anything, not a problem at all. So the tripod I use, I'll show you now. It is a ZOMEi, I think that's how you say it. But very cheap, but absolutely fantastic for the price. I mean, you could pay hundreds of pounds for tripods. I think this was 20 quid, something like 25 quid. It's absolutely fantastic. It's got 3-stage legs, so it folds down very small. If I take all this off here, you'll be able to see exactly what I'm talking about. Let's take that off. Quick release. As you can see, it folds down lovely and small to go into my fishing kit. Lovely and small, very lightweight as well. An absolutely fantastic bit of kit. Now you've probably noticed as well this. Now what I've done is I've cable tied onto here a metal bracket. I laser cut this at work to be the right dimensions, and stuck some Velcro on the front of here. And on my Fospower pack, I have the hook part of the hook and loop for the Velcro. The idea being it's very easy to take this on and off, to charge this up, take it in. I can leave the power pack in the tripod in the car or in the shed. Don't have to keep carting this around, and this just sticks on there with Velcro. I mean, this stuff is like really mega strong. It's not going to come off there in normal use at all. I mean, it's proper strong. Well, there you go. That's how strong it is. It's very strong Velcro, this stuff, heavy duty Velcro, and that's how I keep my power pack on there. So guys, that's the camera setup, my roving setup really, that I've run through for you. The only thing left to explain, I think, you probably have seen this fella that lives on my extendable landing net, foldable extendable landing net, just there. Now this fella is what I just get sort of landing shots and various bits and pieces. I might do a little bit of underwater shooting with this as well. But I haven't recently because the rivers around here have just been like chocolate brown. Would have been an absolute waste of time. But this is just a very little cheap action camera. This is an Akaso V50 Pro, and in its waterproof housing, obviously on here. As I say, this I just use to film shots when I'm just going to land a fish, that kind of thing. And I'll just turn it on and get it out of the waterproof case. I'll just turn it on as and when I need it. You'll probably see, if you see my videos, you'll see me playing a fish. I'll sort of reach down and push this on and turn it on. And I've got it set so it'll just start as soon as you turn it on. But it's just this little fellow here. Again, another 4K camera, but this just lives permanently in its waterproof housing, which is there. As I say, attached to the old landing net handle. It just pops into there. I can get that in. As I say, I haven't really used it underwater yet, but I should perhaps try and get some underwater shots when the rivers clear up, and obviously when we can get back out on the banks, hopefully sooner rather than later. As I say, I've been asked a few times about what I use, and I thought I'd take this opportunity to just come out in the garden and run you through the rig. Hopefully that will give you some ideas if you want to get into doing a bit of filming for yourself. It is worth mentioning, clearly I'm filming now, not using this camera. I do have another setup that I've been using quite a lot longer actually than this setup. And what I'll do, I think, in the next video, I'll run you through this other setup I've got. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, stay indoors, keep vigilant against this horrible virus, and I'll see you again very soon.